welcome back. This evening we have a story which is reported on 2 hours ago, but is about a week old in the accounts of events from the 30th of May this year. But it is essentially a story of double standards. But it's lovely. So here we have from the BBC: London bus attack, arrests after a gay couple who refused to kiss, beaten. And here we have the people who have refused to wipe off the blood that they have after being hit, I believe. It's odd if this photo was taken right after the event, in which case who was there to take the photo? Was it someone else who saw the attack take place? Was it one of the attackers? Or was this after the attack and they decided that, hey, I'm not going to bother wiping off the blood I have? Who knows? As you can tell already, I am thinking, is this going to be yet another hoax that's seen just to perpetuate a narrative that is verifiably false most of the time? But anyway, here we have the high coverage of the high coverage given to an incident which is affecting the LGBT community and not for white people for being white or straight or male, for example. And these two ladies are foreigners living in London. So, two women say they were subject to a homophobic attack and left covered in blood after refusing to kiss on a bus. Melania Gemonat, 28, said the attack on her and her partner Chris happened in the top deck of a London night bus as they were travelling to Camden Town. I won't say what Marlionopolis is about feminists and lesbians in particular, but if you're interested, then go have a look. A group of young men began harassing them when they discovered the women were together, asking them to kiss while making sexual gestures. 4 male teenagers aged between 15 and 18 have been arrested. According to the Metro, they were in their 20s or 30s. Apparently there is CCTV footage. We haven't been given any details other than 3 have a British accent and 1 was speaking Spanish. The police do want help, but they're not giving any descriptions of the men who were responsible. The ladies haven't said, they've just blamed it on right-wing populism, and these kind of incidents are reminiscent of hoaxes. There was the story of the lady who was blaming a boyfriend who I think had just broken up with her and saying, well, hey, he's attacking me, police must come, get out. And she did have visible bruises and injuries. And so the police did come and took the man in as he was on suspicion of hurting her, until, thankfully, the CCTV footage in the elevator came to light, and it's quite funny, really, how you can see her just punch herself repeatedly to give herself injuries to then blame on the man. She had a person she wished to include, and it's one of these things whereby victims and people who have been falsely accused are one and the same as far as I'm concerned. Right. So they're being questioned on suspicion of robbery and aggravated grievous bodily harm, because they did also take their bags when they left. So here we have the incident. They surrounded us and started saying really aggressive stuff, things about sexual positions, lesbians, and claiming we could kiss so they could watch us. To ease the situation, I tried to make jokes, like Chris wasn't understanding because she didn't speak English. She even acted as if she was sick, but they started throwing coins. The next thing I know, Chris is in the middle of the bus, and they are punching her. In another account, she said that she mentioned her friend was sick. There are a few contradictions here, which leaves me to wonder how real it is. But it might be real, and maybe she's just very nervous about it, in which case she can't recount it properly. Fair enough. So I immediately went there by impulse and tried to pull her out of there and started punching me. I was really bleeding. Asked whether the attack left her less willing to hold hands in public. She said, I'm not scared about being visibly queer. If anything, you should do it more. I was, and still am, angry. It was scary, but this is not an awful situation. Okay, cool. So, basically, don't be afraid of being who you are. Wear whatever. It's okay to be white and have a shirt you want. It's fine. Police said they were following up on CCTV footage of the assault. But she does make it political, and I believe it's in this one, because she blames it on right-wing populism. And if it isn't in this one, then it's fine. But we have input from other people saying how much we still have to do for LGBT equality. Government research found that more than 2/3 of LGBT people said they had avoided holding hands with the same-sex partner for fear of a negative reaction from others. This attack is a reminder why, but there is a good point in here that says, here we are, Detective Sergeant Anthony Forsyth said there had been a steady increase in the reporting of all hate crime, which was partly due to the growing willingness of victims to report crime and the improved awareness by police. And I think that's the main thing, that these incidents may not be happening more often than they were before, as we see that violent crime is on a decrease. You could say violent video games actually help that. And yet, because now there is more of a culture of reporting these things that aren't really a problem but would like to be said are, then people report them. And that's the conflation between hate crime and hate incident, because an incident isn't a crime at all. So it doesn't mention in this story, but the lady who's the more outspoken one, who is the one on the right, says that it's the fault of right-wing populism, and those people feel emboldened by things like Brexit and Farage, and then I suppose people who are against right-wing populism, and populism by definition is just appealing to the common man, which I thought was what the politicians are supposed to do. They're supposed to find solutions for the problems that people are having and implement them without hurting anybody, but just helping people. But apparently that's a problem, because populism is a dirty word now. But yes, the fact that she does make it political is another indicator that maybe all isn't as it seems. But I am intrigued to know how the story goes, and if it is a hoax, I will have to find it myself, because I know that these kinds of things, the retractions offered later, are maybe then at the bottom of this page saying, oh, it was a hoax, but they don't publicise saying, two lesbians made up yet another hate hoax. So that's where we are at the moment, but I do sympathise for her. And both of them, if it is true, she can't remember the details. She said that after the altercation, she went down to the bottom of the bus and the police were there, but the foreman who was responsible had run away. So I don't know how they ran away when, as soon as it was over, they went down and the police were there, but apparently they did. I guess the four guys that the police knew they were looking for left the bus, didn't seem suspicious, and the police didn't think to follow them. But now arrests have been made. So who knows what's going on. London is a very multicultural place, and apparently law isn't all that expected. But that's it for now. I'm intrigued to know where the story goes. Do let me know your insights. I have seen one comment that simply said, it might be on this one. No comments. Oh, okay. I wonder why. The one comment I saw, and I think it was on the Camden News, said, were the attackers Muslim? Which I think shows the state of how people think now. Even if it isn't true, that is definitely a common thread of thought. But that's it for now. Thanks very much for watching. You can probably tell I'm a bit ill. Sorry for that. I hope that the quality of videos will increase when I'm back in England, which will be from Sunday, because I'm a bit tight on time here. So thanks for sticking with me. You can skip tomorrow's video if you want, and things should be back and running by Monday at the latest. Thank you and goodbye.